I buy Imagine Dragons tickets for my girlfriend as like early Christmas gift, right?
That's so sweet.
Kurde, sweet. Then we had a fight. You know what she said? She said that the tickets were gift. So she wants to bring her sister.
I mean, look on the bright side. You don't have to go see Imagine Dragons.
I love Imagine Dragons.
And welcome back to A Stark Contrast, where we discuss the differences and similarities from Marvel Comics to their MCU counterparts. And we are your hosts, Geoffrey
and Dai.
Welcome back.
Welcome back,
everybody.
Final episode ever. Just kidding, just of 2021.
It's true.
We had a fight about Yelena and who was her number one love. I lost. I'm canceling the show. But no, so yeah, how about that year, huh?
I know. We have done approximately, I need to see this.
Do you have
Hold
by
on.
the minutes?
Let me, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh,
okay, pop quiz. How many minutes have we recorded?
We have approximately, this episode is the 18th episode so far.
Correct. Which is crazy banana pants.
I know.
Yeah. 18.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Happy
By the time
holidays.
you listen to this, this will be before Christmas, and the holidays are approaching.
Yes, they are. So be merry and be bright, and hope you're watching Hawkeye with all that holiday cheer spirit running through its veins.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that said, I mean, of course, thanks to all the people who have shared their Spotify Wrapped 2021 with the show on it. Which
Thank you so much.
I didn't expect.
I didn't either. I really didn't expect that.
And then it even showed up on mine, and I was like, oh, damn.
It didn't show up on mine either.
No, it showed up on mine. It didn't show up on yours? Bro, are you listening to our show?
Huh?
I'm listening to the show. It was number 4 on mine.
I listened to the show, but just not on Spotify.
Okay. I take it back. I am ending the show with this episode. No, that's really cool though, right? I was like, oh shoot. I listened to it because I'm crazy like that. I need to hear it when it's published just in case I messed up and uploaded a wrong version. But this is also,
I think I told you this before. I don't like...
You hate hearing your own voice.
I hate hearing my own voice, but I also hate just listening to my work.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
You're Robert Pattinson and what's his name?
I am Robert Pattinson. Yeah.
You can't watch your own work. You cannot possibly.
I hate it. I can't. And it just feels weird too. Not weird, but it's just kind of just like I'll be in my car and I'm like, I'm choosing on Spotify and I'm in the podcast tab and I'm just kind of like, oh, okay, let's let me see how it sounds in my car.
Yeah.
I'll play an episode.
Yeah.
I'll hear my intro and I'll be like, yeah, I hate myself so much. I'm gonna drive my car into a ditch right now.
Oh gosh. Oh, Jeff, it's okay. But yeah, so it was number 4 out of 5 on mine, and but it was number 1 for a couple of people, and so and top 5. I mean, we'll take it. So if you haven't shared yours and we're on yours, please send it to us. We'd love to see it. I'm probably going to post them on social. But yeah, I just really appreciate that.
I know, that was really awesome to see. Some friends, I think a friend texted me, and I was just like, oh my god, thank you.
That's so great.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and for more thanks, just a shout out to Patreon patron The Arachnid, who not only had just joined for our last episode, number 17, Star-Lord, but also just upgraded their tier to the top tier available. And so welcome to We Are Groot status, The Arachnid. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. It goes without saying that the contributions made through Patreon actually help us offset costs that we incur producing the show. And so that's paying for the subscription to even host the show anywhere and show it and put it across different platforms. And not only that, but, the cool, merch that we're able to produce, a lot of it comes out of pocket, but some of it is definitely Patreon backed. And so now, I guess we can say that, right? For the new year, Jeff and I actually have, we have enough on our Patreon backing that we can buy and upgrade our gear.
I know.
So-
I've been I'm like the technical nerd over here.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to like gear and equipment, and I was just like, ooh, like I want to upgrade this
Yeah.
because on one of our episodes, our good friend Steve Morris,
Yeah.
he had his own mic. We obviously, me and Dai only have it was just mics for both of us that we record directly into one of each other's laptops.
Yeah.
And then Steven came in with like kind of his gear because, he's,
Mr. Podcast.
a professional podcaster.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was editing his audio and I was just like, oh my God, Dai, his audio sounds so much better than both of us combined.
Yeah.
And I was just like, we need to get what he's getting. And so that's been on like my mind kind of like the whole year.
Yeah.
And
Since he was the guest, I think it was
and it's
episode
in
5,
it's been every time I edit, I'm like, oh my God, wow, like the sound quality would just just up. And that's just me being like, ooh,
Tech nerd.
I love being a little techie. I love being nerdy. I love gear. I love all that, trying new things. So super pumped for that. And, that wouldn't be possible without, our fellow patrons.
So thank you for supporting. We really, 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 really appreciate it. So, come the new year, first new episode of the new year will hopefully be crystal clear. So I'm excited for that. It'll
Super
be
excited.
Merry Christmas for us.
I know.
Woo! And so that said, I meant to show you last time for the Star-Lord episode, and I totally forgot. So I'm going to show you this time. And so when I had gotten the fan art created by Krill, I actually had 2 sets made. One of us as our pedestrian civilian selves.
Yes.
And then I had them create superhero versions of us.
Oh my God.
And so I already showed my part to my dear friend Robbie Rodriguez, who is the co-creator of Spider-Gwen.
Uh-huh.
And so mine is a dead giveaway. I'm in a Spider-Gwen
Okay.
outfit. But I want you to pull it up on your computer.
I haven't seen this yet.
Seen it.
I haven't seen it at all.
Oh, wait, let me get my phone so I can record this moment as usual.
If you guys listen to the it was a Star-Lord?
No, I think it was who did we do before Hawkeye? I think it was Hawkeye.
Yeah. If you guys haven't listened to the Hawkeye episode, my reaction to that is in there, and it's pretty.
It's so good.
It's intense.
It's so good. Okay.
So I'm in the folders.
So go into the folder.
Yes. Which one?
Chibi, and it should.
Oh, costume. Geoffrey costume?
No. But you can look at that one first, but I have the one with both of us comped up. Just click one and then see where it takes you.
Just click one of these?
Yeah. Oh, not that one.
I'm just gonna, I'm gonna do it.
Scroll.
And then,
Do the scroll.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry, it's all my PDFs.
Okay. Oh my God!
How good is that? How cute, right?
Oh my God. Guys, I'm literally Steve Rogers.
You're Steve Rogers.
Holding Mjolnir.
Yes.
Oh my God.
And the shield, because
And the shield.
you're worthy. You're worthy, my friend.
Guys, it's so... It's so good.
It's so good. So I will post that on social as well. But I mean, what more can I say? It's just so great. So yeah, that's all the chibi stuff if you want all the chibi stuff. So there you go. How cute. You're so pure. Steve Rogers. Steve Rogers.
With
G.
Mjolnir
Rogers.
is like the best thing ever.
And once again, Krill themselves took it upon themselves to do it the way they wanted. So I didn't suggest any of that. So apparently Krill thinks you're worthy. Because I didn't say, can you put Mew Mew? No, I just said in a Captain America outfit. That's all them.
Wow.
Right? I was going to get Iron Man, but I figured the helmet and stuff would be like, I was like, I don't know. And I thought that Steve would be different enough.
It looks
That it
so
looks
good.
like you when they actually do their magic. So there you go, buddy.
Oh my God.
So we have that now too. Now I got to figure out what we're going to put
I
it
gotta
on.
change my avatar again.
Yeah, you can alternate between the two because they're both so good.
Oh my God.
So there's that. Yeah. Cute, right?
I love it.
And I don't know if anybody can hear him padding around. But we have another special guest for this episode.
Well, there he is.
Sam's pup, Odin. His name is Odin.
His name is Odin.
And he's beautiful, and he's got white hair.
He's
and
a little cutie.
He's not Sir Anthony Hopkins, but
He'll
very,
do.
very close.
He'll do.
Yeah. Way cuter. And from there, I kind of wanted to touch on, maybe I should actually introduce like what exactly a mini Marvel is for people
That's
who
right.
have no
yes.
idea.
That's this episode. Yes.
I know the original intent was to have them be shorter episodes, but we completely fail each and every time. This is our third round, so who knows? It could be 4 hours long. But it's essentially we're not covering any particular character. We're kind of catching up with each other and the news that's out in the world as far as Marvel goes. So hang on tight. We're gonna go on some topics here, but sadly enough, I wanted to start out with something that wasn't so happy-go-lucky, but it is very prominent in the comic book world. Some sad news regarding creator George Perez, who's recently revealed his pancreatic cancer diagnosis. So this guy, he is a comic book legend. If you don't know George Perez, you should probably Google him or look him up. I'm sure, if you're a comic book lover in some capacity, you've probably been exposed to something that he has worked on one way or another. But to shout out some of his titles that he's worked on in the industry, including DC's new Teen Titans and Wonder Woman. He did countless Marvel books, including The Infinity Gauntlet, Luke Cage Power Man, Thunderbolts, What If, X-Men, Fantastic Four, Incredible Hulk, Silver Surfer, and the list goes on and on. So just wanted to say, hey, George, we're thinking about you, and all our positive energy and our hearts are with you and your family through this very difficult time. So yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah, it's tough. It's a toughie, but he has been a champ and he has been inspiration to so many. So we love you, George. Woo! Woo! And then, aside that, I just had some corrections, aka amendments from some previous episodes. Not so much. But in episode 15, Hawkeye, I actually mentioned, I said for Jacques Ducan or Jack Duquesne.
Oh, it's yes.
I said Timothy Dalton, and I promise you the internet told me it was Timothy Dalton.
Okay.
The actor's name is actually Tony Dalton, who's a very different person.
Nice.
So, correction there. And so, how about we talk about Hawkeye for a bit? Hawkeye! And so, if you if you haven't watched, sorry, we're not going to hold back spoilers for this one, because if you're not on board by now, that's on you, poo-poo. So, can we? I mean, Geoffrey and I already know what we want to talk about, but let's talk a little bit about Hawkeye and how the series. We're officially at the halfway point, going into the second half of the series before its finale.
It was episode 4 just happened.
Was that 4?
It was 4, yeah.
Was that 4?
I thought it was 3, and I was like, wait, that was 4.
Oh, that was 4, because they did 2 in the...
Yeah,
oh, my
yeah.
God. So we're past the halfway point.
So,
we're careening into the very end of it now.
Yeah.
You
just
start.
Huge setup, episode 4.
Yeah.
Someone posted on Twitter, is like, why are the episode 4s of every single Marvel show just good?
Yeah.
Because
They know that that's their
it's just
peak.
like no matter how many seasons or episodes are in a season, it just ramps up.
Yeah.
Or it's setting up for something like, stuff is about to happen.
But what we don't want, and I hope they've learned, I'm sure they've learned from Falcon and Winter Soldier, is that once they hit that peak on the 4, that they don't just go whoops and then just kind of too much is happening at one time, because I do feel like a lot of people tended to kind of vocalize with the last episode or last episode and a half of Falcon and Winter Soldier. They just crammed that jar full of everything they could.
I mean, yeah.
Story-wise,
I
certainly get it. I certainly understood what was happening, and I get the flow. But
not a lot of people.
So many people criticized it, and I was like,
this does have the same amount of
episodes. Yeah.
And it was during the pandemic, so you never know.
Yeah.
But I think it's doing I had a conversation with a friend or some friends. Coworkers about the show. They're like, how is Hawkeye? And I was just like, I feel like every time I say it's good, it sounds like I'm biased because I have my own Marvel shit. But it's like, well, it's good because it's like it keeps it super street level.
Right.
Each show has kept within their realms.
Right. Well, it's kind of like, yeah, and I have the same incident almost all the time. People ask me the same thing that they asked me with Eternals, and they asked me with Captain America and Iron Man, everything.
Yeah.
So do you like it? And I'm like, I am incredibly biased, especially with this character. Incredibly biased. But I would definitely say if it was like, but it's Jeff's just laughing quietly because he can actually see my face when I make that noise. But in all honesty, the way that they've set it up and the way they've mapped it out is very much, even if it's not a carbon copy by any means to the comic book version that it's sort of based on, it's still a very good telling and expansion of that character and that version of the character. Because damn, dude, like I scrolled by it, but I saw it on social and some blog just said like, why we used to think Clint Barton was the most boring Avenger, but now he's actually the most intriguing one. And I was like, well, no, duh. Like, what makes him interesting is that he's completely human.
Yeah.
You know, like, cool, Thor, God,
Boom.
Black Widow, she's a freaking super spy.
Yeah.
But Clint is, like, legitimately...
He's literally, like, the most normal of normal
person,
people, man.
The average Avenger.
It's his branding, though.
It's his branding. So good. But I do want to say really quick, like, this show is so good in its presentation. It may not be everybody's cup of tea.
Sure.
But it has made me love two characters that I do not like in the comic books.
Yeah.
And I say that lightly. Like,
Yeah.
I either like them or I don't. I don't like Kate Bishop. Okay? Like, let's get that straight. I don't like her. And you know who else I don't like? Yelena Belova.
Nice.
But
But they're played by two incredibly amazing actresses who just happen to be my wives. And they're killing it.
they're occupying Geoffrey's brain. One is the left, one is the right. One is the right Twix, one is the left.
They're literally taking over my livelihood.
It is his wifey's.
I'm
But yeah,
probably
like,
going to be single at the end of this episode.
But like in all honesty, like I didn't like Kate Bishop when she first. Well, at least maybe during the Fraction run, I liked her in Young Avengers, but not so much Fraction because she was very bossy. But you know, like I'm weird with my characters once again. And Yelena was also she was just so like. What's the word? She was just very cold, and that's obviously the point. But I also was just like, no, it's all about Clint and Natasha, like very purist in that way. But you know, of course, I grew to love them more in the books, and especially Elena, what they're doing with her now, and Kate too. But these ladies, like the way that their storytelling, and the way that their story is unfolding, and also them, get out of here. Get out of here.
God.
Yeah.
It's
so good.
So good.
Yeah.
And like there's like another thing I have a gripes with that I see on Twitter and everything where people call certain episodes like, oh, this is just a filler episode. This was just like a da-da-da. And I'm just like,
oh yeah.
Do you guys not know how TV works? Like just because it's a Marvel series does not mean there needs to be an action sequence.
It is not
every
made
minute
by Michael Bay.
And like every minute of every like episode. And I'm just like, yeah, I mean, filler. I mean, say what you like want to call filler. I call it character movement.
Character development.
Character development.
Yeah. No, it's
you know. So it's just like it's like let it. You need these moments like that. Like I'll say like I think it was in episode 4. There was 2 moments.
Yeah.
I remember I watched it and I was like
a bajillion.
I was like, oh. I was just like. It was when they were in the apartment. They were back at Kate's grandma's apartment.
Aunt.
I
think it's her aunt.
Yeah. Yes. And they're back in her aunt's apartment. And Kate figured Clint out, or like, why do you care so much about this suit?
Yeah.
And it's you, isn't it? Huh?
Yeah.
And then Clint kind of explains like the whole Nat story and like what happened in Endgame. And they started playing the death music, bro. I was like, how dare you? Yeah. How honestly dare you?
You know what I didn't expect, though? I didn't expect them to show her face.
I didn't expect the flashbacks.
I was like, oh, they showed her face. And I immediately started crying.
I was just like, no, that's still fresh. Why would you do that?
Too soon. It's so soon.
So it was that moment there, and then the last moment at the end of the episode where Kate is stuck on surprise, Yelena's
the cord, the tension cord,
yeah. And Kate's like pull me up,
yeah.
And it cuts back between Nat saying let me go, and you're like, oh.
Yeah,
and then you can see Clint just straight up just like
the PTSD.
I'm not doing this again. And he's like, go home, Kate. It's done.
Yeah.
And so just those two small brief moments, like you see what Clint's going through. Like you see what's processing through his mind. He's like, I don't want to do this again.
Yeah.
So you don't know how it's gonna play out, and it's setting up for an epic episode 5 and 6 finale. So you're like, okay, Yelena's in this mix. Like, okay.
Yeah. So this is what I've discussed with other people that have asked me about this show. And what surprised me right off the bat, because, like you can always make your assumptions and your guesses about, they're obviously working together. But Clint literally has 2 paths of nemesis coming after him.
True.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
So we have the one side where it's Echo and her uncle, quote unquote, with the truck suit bros. And, and
they're chasing Ronan.
And they're chasing Ronan.
They still don't know who Ronan is.
Exactly. And of course, if you know anything about Echo, or what Vincent D'Onofrio sounds like, that is clearly Wilson Fisk, who is her uncle, who is very paternal in the comic books to that character. Were you about to say sick?
I was going to be like sick.
Sick, so sick. And then you have on the other side, which was proven in that last episode, that Yelena, who was obviously working for Val. If you didn't know that, go back and watch Black Widow.
Sorry.
But yeah, she's working with Val, and that's a whole other storyline because of Nat and Vormir.
Now you think about all you think about when you now that I think about it, all Echo and Yelena knows, or the information they were given and know, is that Ronan killed my grandfather. And,
my dad.
But Clint.
Yeah.
But Clint killed my sister.
Right. Exactly.
That's all the information they were given, and they're like, kill him, and you're like,
Yeah. But what's perplexing about Yelena's is that he's maskless, but I'm pretty sure that's the Ronin outfit. So it's like, is this how they come? I mean, we might be eating our words by next Wednesday, but maybe this is how those 2 paths intersect, because
pretty sure.
She's like, I know who Ronin is. And then bada bing, bada boom. Okay, cool. Let's both kill him.
And then Echo is like, what?
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see. I mean, but I just think.
But I heard, I told Dai this. I heard someone said on Twitter that episode 5 is gonna. There was an article saying, like, from one of the writers, said episode 5 is gonna break Twitter.
Oh my god.
So I told this guy over text. I think I was like, what did I say? Like, I was like, Hawkeye is basically like a multiverse of like
madness.
No, but like street level.
Oh,
like,
yeah, for sure.
Of like, like.
Oh yeah. If in the succession of the Netflix shows, like, it would fit right at the tail end of Iron Fist, but pick up where it left off. You know what I mean? Like, it's legitimately Defender style, not as gritty, but it's like very much a street level show. And again, I love my street level babies, so that's what I love about this show.
You want to bet money Daredevil shows up in this?
If he did, oh my god, I would lose my mind.
Because everyone's like, he's gonna show up in Spider-Man No Way Home. Be like, what if he just straight up shows up in straight up Hawkeye?
I mean, he could, especially if that's Fisk. If that is Fisk and that's Vincent D'Onofrio, and he's like actually playing cool for once, because
episode 5 comes out
a
day before
Spider-Man. That's true. Jeffrey. We'll have seen Spider-Man by the time this episode drops. So, but
eating my words right now. I'm speaking it. Speaking
tasty, delicious. Eating them words. Eating A burger full of Daredevil and Spider-Man and Wilson Fisk.
So we'll never know.
Yeah,
there's a lot of possibilities.
So stoked. Yeah, I'm just so glad that they've even confirmed Charlie Cox is coming back. Speaking of Daredevil, because if you think I like Hawkeye,
guys,
you should feel my love for Daredevil. Oh my God, when we do an episode on Daredevil,
there's a reason we haven't done them yet.
yes.
But I love how Hawkeye series is kind of. I know it's been set up for that, but I love how it's like this series. It's like it's bringing together so many characters that we've seen before.
Yep.
But also ones that like we haven't seen yet in the Marvel universe.
So good.
And you're like,
It's
oh my
ambitious,
God.
but also it shows the power of their storytelling.
Yeah.
That they're like, no, we don't need the movie to do
it's
this.
a street level hero too. It's not like it's some cosmic, entity. Mm-hmm.
I am living for it. Oh my goodness. So we'll see what happens with all this goodness coming up.
Yeah.
And then on the heels of that, I wanted to quickly talk about our last episode, Star-Lord, which, by the way, a quick shout out to, we talked about him incessantly during the episode and didn't mention him by name, but the voice actor who portrays Peter Quill in the new Guardians of the Galaxy game, John McLaren, who, if you'd like to hear more from him, friend of the pod, Peter Melnick and Eddie Wilson of The Marvelists just released an episode interviewing both he and I believe the story director of the game on their show. So please go check that out. But that said, I wanted to touch on, which is kind of a no-brainer for us. I mean, there were a bunch of things that we didn't talk about in Star-Lord, like the Milano and also the Walkman itself. But there was one thing in particular that I wanted to bring up because we did mention, the theories about Drax and how Dave Bautista and his makeup and all that. But you know what we didn't talk about, Jeff? The Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Reunion ride that is opening up
in Florida. Yes.
In, I believe, next summer.
Next year, yeah.
Yeah, and so, I mean, I fully intend to go. I don't know about you, but I'm going to go.
I would say at some point.
Yeah.
But never been to Disney World, so.
Oh, really? Yeah, I went a long time ago. Like a long time. Like I barely remember. Yeah. And there's like 5 parks. It's an adventure. Yeah. But I wanted to mention, and I believe listener Billy actually mentioned this to me, that it's interesting because on this poster we do see a glimpse of what Drax's outfit might be in the next Guardians film.
Ooh, with the vest?
And he's got a vest on, and I was like, there you go, Dave Bautista. That cuts down your makeup time. He was
like, sweet, just neck and arms and face.
Neck and arms, yeah. So yeah, that was worth mentioning. But I mean, I'm super stoked, and of course, I believe James Gunn mentioned that this ride is a component of,
it's part of that.
It's part of the saga, like Mission Breakout is, kind of Volume 2. And also Monsters After Dark, which is basically just Rocket and Groot.
Oh, that's right.
Rocket and Groot. Have you been on that?
No.
It's so good. Yeah, it's similar as it is different because it's literally just Rocket and Groot instead.
Oh, okay.
And they're not fighting, but they're trying to escape and capture all of these random monsters that, come about. But yeah, so I don't know. I'm kind of excited, and it's also interesting because this is Groot. This is full-grown Groot in this poster.
Oh, it is.
And so I'm like, why is no one talking about that? Everyone's just like, cool, Guardians. And then I'm like,
I forget.
Hold on, guys.
He's still a teenager.
He's still a teenager. And so there's no Kebab Becky shirt. So we don't know which outfit for Peter Quill this is. But this is very much.
Is that a new Gamora jacket?
No, this is the Volume 2 jacket. So, but this is Volume 2 Gamora. So I'm confused. What's happening?
Damn it.
I know. No theories. I have 0 theories. And I believe this is Rocket's Volume 1 outfit.
Maybe. I guess we'll never know.
So we'll see. I mean, I guess we'll figure it out. And I don't know. I mean, I mean, this isn't an Eternal, right? This is just Nova Corps ships or something?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah, that's there, and there's only 4.
Unless
I don't know.
I don't think.
Anyway, but yeah, so that's coming out, and I kind of wanted to touch on that very quickly since we talked about Starbuck already. So did we finish the Guardians game?
I did.
Nice.
I died a lot trying to finish.
There was this part. God, what planet on that? On the thing. Is that a spoiler? You know what? It's been out for a while.
No.
On the Fing Fang Foom planet.
Yes.
There was one part where I just kept trying to jump onto the train thing, and I couldn't press. I was not pressing the right button or something. And Gamora comes to like grab.
Oh, okay.
It was a very like Clint and Natasha moment. Peter Quill died so many times that day.
Dude, there's just so many. God, man, like.
What did you love most about this game?
I love the obviously the interactiveness of it. Like you choose basically your own kind of path.
Yeah.
However, depends how you respond.
Which, by the way, congrats to them. They won Best Narration.
Narration, yes,
In the Game Awards.
I saw that.
Yeah, just this week.
So I think that's cool because like. So it kind of played to like who I am personally. So like whenever like I'm obviously you're Quill, and then if you have like a response where you respond like emphatically or kind of like deny or aggressive, I always went like what I would like. Oh, what would I do? Kind of thing. I'd be like oh, I think I'd be encouraging, or be like oh no, I'd blame Rocket.
Exactly.
Or
It's
so
always
I'm just
Rocket's
like
fault.
so I would like to do it again.
Yeah.
But just like choosing just like shitty answers. Just like crap.
Just be a
crap
bad person.
Answers. Yeah, just be
blame
full,
everybody.
Just full like asshole Peter Quill.
Yeah,
just like
just dismissive of everything they say.
So I want to see how that would like work out. And
Yeah,
like,
that's true. Because I don't think I did. I wasn't very abrasive because I of course you have like 5 seconds to decide.
Yeah,
but,
you don't have that long either. I'm like, oh, this is so much pressure.
But I
My
was
moral
also,
compass is all over the place.
Yeah, and I was very much trying to do it in the thought and mentality of Peter Quill. But and it's funny because when you actually choose the option, he sometimes says it even softer than you expected. So it's like side with Rocket or side with Gamora, and you're just thinking, oh, he's going to be mean to Gamora. I got to side with Gamora, and it's like Gamora's right. You're just like, no, that's too soft. Versus if he had blamed Rocket. He'd have been like, Rocket, maybe you're not really understand. Like, and he's still gentle. And I was like, shoot.
Dude, I think the hardest decision I made throughout that whole game was literally the first one where it was like, do we rat out Cammy? Do we rat out the tech?
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, sorry, Cammy, come on. I know we're going to need the tech. And you end up you have to do using it.
Yeah.
So I was just like, damn.
See, and I messed up on that because I was still getting used to the controls.
Yeah.
And so my dumb butt completely, both of them were left out. I was like, flark. And so they're like, oh, Peter Quill, you didn't even hide Cammy or the technology. And I was like, So I got docked for that like immediately.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry for people who have not played this game, but you should play it, clearly. But yeah, Cammy's great. Mantis is my face. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's
I couldn't
cool.
I couldn't not play, and whenever Mantis came, I'll be like,
Damn it, Die.
I was like, dude, that's Die. Like, no way.
Confirmed by James Gunn. No, I'm just kidding.
Like-
but he did like it. I tweeted about it and he liked it in 17 seconds. So I'm going to say that James Gunn confirmed that as my face, he has nothing to do with the game. That is my face on Mantis's game version.
Yeah. That was interesting.
So good.
But
the entire game is great,
The
right?
game is great, man. The ending.
The fact that it makes you want to play again,
Yeah.
and not just because you need to unlock achievements, like Spider-Man, for instance. You're like, oh, I didn't get a
100%,
certain trophy, or you
yeah.
didn't clear that city in particular. But you actively want to replay it and try different avenues.
Yeah,
Did you unlock all the suits?
Dude, no. So
No?
like after like that we talked about it,
Yeah.
I think on one of the episodes, I just became more and more like adamant to like I know I'm supposed to make a left, but I'm gonna make this right and kind of fine. So
Yeah.
I think I need to do that again. And there's a new game plus option.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Oh, there is. Yes, there is. Yes.
Yeah. So I think I need to do
Yeah,
that just
yeah,
so I
yeah.
can be like, okay, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And then be on the lookout for new suits, especially in the first 7 chapters.
Tell me something though, because I have not seen any. Not that I've looked, but I have not seen anybody else talk about this. Did you unlock the Peter Quill shower scene?
I did not.
I swear to God.
Wait.
There is a Peter Quill shower scene.
Yes.
You did?
Yes.
You did.
I think
You did?
I think it was after one. What was the context of the scene?
It's like
Him in the shower showering.
yeah, and like showing him sexy time.
Yes.
So you did get it.
Yeah, because I remember after one of the missions we're in the Milano.
Yeah.
And they're like, I forget like which mission it was, but then I remember like saying,
I feel like it was somewhere around 10.
yeah, I remember hearing someone saying like, oh, clean up, Quill, take a shower or something.
Oh, really?
Or something,
Oh,
and so like,
interesting.
so then for some reason I made it a point to like after every mission we're in the ship and you're able to talk to everybody.
Yeah.
I always do.
Yeah.
Just to see like, okay.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
I feel like other people just didn't do that.
I can see why. I know why, but it's just like I just felt like I have to. Just so I'm gonna miss something. Might as well just do it now or else whatever.
Yeah.
And then I remember like something about like cleaning up and
Yeah.
like I went into the bathroom and pressed the button and I was like, oh, to shower. You shower. And I was like, okay. And I was just like,
Sexy time. Like you could just hear like the saxophone playing.
Yeah.
That's how I was like, oh, Peter Quill.
and I was just like, oh. I'm watching Peter Quill just take a freaking shower.
And it was like slow-mo and his back. And I was just like, what's happening right now? Because I just kept doing it because there was always somebody different in the bathroom. And somebody was using his toothbrush for some reason.
Yes.
And so I just kept doing it
Yeah.
and kept going back. And so, of course, that time I didn't hear the clean up Quill. Like I just kept doing it. And then
Yeah.
I went in there and I was like, take a shower? Is it going to show me a shower scene? Lo and behold, I saved a video of it.
you gotta show it to me after this. I forget.
How can you forget?
I just want.
There's literally a wide
'Cause I was-
shot
'cause I
where
was-
his junk is covered.
Because I was just so focused on like, okay, like let's get this
Jeff,
over with.
you would remember it. Trust me.
I think I do, but I have to watch it again. Okay.
Maybe that should be because I try to keep the Instagram like aesthetic in a weird way, and so maybe that should be the third Peter Quill picture. It's just the
Probably.
Peter Quill shower scene. I'm doing it. What a treat!
So
what a treat.
good. Yeah, it was good. I really liked the game.
Yeah.
Love the ending.
So did you unlock at least one character, all of their uniforms? Or
No,
no,
not yet.
not really. See, I did get a jump start though because I pre-ordered, so I got the bonus pack.
I didn't
Yeah.
unlock
I-
all suits for at least one character.
I immediately got 3 of Quill just by pre-ordering.
okay.
Yeah. It's just
Yeah,
so
so I need to
Yeah.
make that like a thing to be like, okay,
yeah. Oh,
play it
you gotta
again
do
and
it.
just
Did you get Social Lord? My fave. Social Lord. He's the blue and white one. The Chris Anka.
I don't know. Wait.
The
I think-
double-breasted coat one.
I think so, yeah.
It's my favorite.
I think so, yeah.
love it.
So
Good.
just gotta
Okay, you got the important one.
okay.
So good. So yeah, so now can we talk about Spider-Man? Which is funny because it's going to be out, but it'll be opening week by the time you folks hear this episode.
Yeah.
And
Oh my
hopefully
God.
you'll have
That's
seen the
gonna
movie
be-
by
I'm
then.
like so not ready to like see how big of an
Yeah.
event. The premiere's on Monday.
Yeah.
And then it comes
Yeah.
out Friday.
Did you know the premiere was happening before I told you?
Oh, when you texted me, no, I didn't.
Yeah, so our good friend who's going to drop into the premiere gave me the tip that they're going to the premiere. So that's pretty cool. But I immediately then told Jeff, I was like, I am going to have to ignore the world from Monday.
Tell him to invite us.
Hey, text.
We are press.
Can we be your handler? I know. But so, that's every man for themselves.
Yeah.
And so, yeah,
I would die.
hopefully,
Oh my God. It's
hey,
gotta be
future me, I hope you didn't get spoiled by all the spoilers that are going to happen Monday through Wednesday.
That's gotta be like
Yeah.
the biggest.
I
This
feel
has
like
gotta be like
it's
the
gonna be
biggest.
gigantic.
This has to be the biggest premiere.
It's gonna
MCU
be
premiere so
gigantic.
far.
Yeah.
Post pandemic.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Like, damn, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's.
And it's here. It's here in LA. So if you want to get
I'm gonna see. I mean, I've seen stuff already.
you should be at work. Maybe you'll get an invite at work.
I'm gonna go to my office.
I'm a spit take.
I'm be like, hey man, I work here.
You know what you should do? You should pull the Kate Bishop move and have a black tuxedo, and then grab a silver platter.
Oh my god, yes.
And just be like, I'm here
Yeah.
to serve hors d'oeuvres. Even though they probably don't serve hors d'oeuvres there.
Oh my
That's
god,
fine.
that's gotta be like such like a huge premiere.
Oh yeah, I've not been to one of these. The only premieres that I went to were Spider-Man 1 and 2. Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
Those are the only two I
feel
went
like
to.
this one's like
They're so
next
hard to get
level,
into
man.
for me, at least. Yeah.
I feel like this one's super, just obviously because of who you know who's in this movie. Yeah.
It's so crazy. But, rest assured, I'm sure they're going to have a fleet of cosplayers.
I mean, I've
who
already
get to see
seen
it.
some clips, some official clips.
Yeah.
And, obviously I am a victim of leaks because I am a nosy Nelly.
Victim, though, right? Like, we live in this world.
I wasn't actively looking for it. It popped up.
Yeah.
And or
Oh,
it
it
was
did.
trending and I'm such
Yeah.
a nosy Nelly.
Oh my gosh, every time I look at Twitter and I do for work and I see that trending panel, I'm like, don't look.
Yeah.
Don't look.
Yeah. So there was 2 official clips that I think they showed. It's been really, they look really good. I mean, obviously you haven't seen them.
No,
but
I've not seen them. I'm the purity queen.
I will say the banter in one of them. I
Yeah.
was like, okay, this is gonna be okay.
I was watching.
It was surreal
Yeah.
seeing these 2 characters banter.
Oh, really?
And I was just like,
No, like legit. I'm pretty sure like 2 different commercials came on Hulu while I was watching something else, and I was washing the dishes during one of them. And I'm always like away from from the computer. I'm away from the screen while they came up.
yeah.
I was standing at that sink and I was literally going la 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 throughout the entire commercial because I didn't want to see it.
Do you want me to
didn't-
reenact it for you? The
No.
scene?
No,
I'll do
but
it right now.
But you should. That'll be the next episode. Is just you reenacting the entire trailer. Oh my gosh! No,
But
but I'm
it
sure
looks-
you could do it.
but I think, I remember. I remember.
Yeah.
Well, because
I-
also half of this movie is straight up, like nostalgia for
Yeah, for sure.
for like the older people who are like
pointing to self.
no people who are like the older Spider-Man movie fans who are straight
Pointing
up
to self. Yeah.
like it's kind of just like
For sure.
because this clip had Alfred Molina in it and
Right.
I was just like
That's crazy,
this
right?
is crazy, man. Like
That's so nuts.
him interacting with
Yeah.
Peter Parker, but like not his Peter Parker. And it's just like
Isn't that wild though? Like for years since Tom Holland stepped into the Marvel universe, Marvel Cinematic Universe, it's been nothing but Tobey was better. Tobey was better. Tobey was better. Spider-Man 2 is the best Spider-Man movie. Spider-Man 1. And then Marvel was like, yeah, you know what? You're right. We're going to bring in Alfred Molina and Willem Dafoe.
he's like, oh, you thought they're the best ones? Well, they're coming back.
Right, like they're like, yeah, we're gonna call that bluff. We're gonna make this the Spider-Man movie of Spider-Man movies, and I'm like, dang, because that's not. I mean, you can say it's not easy to do, but I don't think it's easy to do. It's not easy to do it in a tasteful way
man.
that makes sense.
That makes sense.
That multiverse
in the times
thing,
we're living in.
Oh yeah, the multiverse play is the savior of this cinematic universe,
Basically.
especially when it comes to Spider-Man.
Do you know how
Because-
hard it is?
Jesus
like to do
Christ.
anything without like a multiverse kind of
Right.
saga.
I know. Exactly. I mean, we see the DCU. They're really struggling with it a bit. Like they have the Flash thing, which is great.
But there's
But
no
been-
foundation
No,
to
yeah,
it.
it's been really bumpy for them, unfortunately, and it sucks because I would have not to be DC die, but it's unfortunate because like their television actors are so great. Like I would have loved to have seen their
yeah.
Supergirl and their Green Arrow in the cinematic extended universe, but they're not doing it. They're like, no, it's completely separate. I was like, oh, what?
Why?
Why not? Yeah, and then versus our side of the fence here at Marvel, like everybody's
Yeah.
just like, okay, cool. Oh, Enter the Spider-Verse, sure,
They're
whatever.
like, how can we do this?
Right.
And like, oh, well, here we go.
Yeah, and so they've figured it out, and like call it a cop out, if you will. But I mean, geez, it works, and I just come on.
I'm super excited. This movie is going to be ridiculous. We are seeing it. You're seeing it Thursday night.
I'm seeing it. Here we go. I'm seeing it the very first screening on Thursday, which is
Okay.
3 p.m. in the
Okay.
afternoon. Then we're seeing it on Friday at 7 p.m. But yeah, and then I'll be my
have to think about
surprise
this.
to me, my brother and his family are actually coming down. I've not seen my nieces and nephew in years. And the first thing two of them said to me was like, "Hey, Auntie, can we go see Spider-Man?" And I was like, "Heckin' yeah, we can go see Spider-Man." So I'm going to see it again on Saturday. So I'll have 3 nights of Spider-Man of that movie
Nice.
in a row.
Okay. Because I have a lot going on Thursday. I think that's why.
You're busy, Jeff. It's cool. It's cool, man.
That's our anniversary. That's me and Sam's anniversary.
Oh, no. You can't do that. You have to go. You have to do that. Concentrate on that.
Well, we're not celebrating it that day because
Oh.
she works.
Oh.
But still though, like
Still.
I'm still doing something later that day also. So I
Yeah.
kind of want to just like, I don't want to be like,
Yeah,
I gotta go here and then I gotta go.
No.
So I was like, Fridays, fine. Because I also might take
Yeah.
work off Thursday, Friday anyways. So
Yeah. It's all good, man. It's all good. Yeah. So, did you saw that? I mean, you saw that cool thing that Liberty Mutual did. So the thing about Spider-Man movies that I love so much is that when they do these activations, they're so on point all the
Yes.
time. And so I don't know if you saw this. I believe it was for...
I wish I was in New York at this time, dude. I would have,
Yeah.
oh my God, I would have
Because-
tried to find that freaking stand.
Oh, you know what's great about that stand is that I have many a friend in New York, and one of them found it and got an issue for me.
Where was it?
It's just in or outside of Manhattan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So thanks to Chris for that. Can't wait to see it. She was like, "Do you want me to take pictures of it?" I was like, No. I was like, it's riddled with Easter eggs of the movie. I don't want to see it yet.
Oh yeah. I read some.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't read it all. I was like, I saw it posted on Instagram. I was like, someone took a picture of it, right?
I'm so
And I was
my
like, all right,
brain
cool.
gets so influenced by that stuff that I just can't I'm gonna remember it and hold it.
No, yeah, it was just basic. Yeah, it's just the Daily Bugle.
It's a
like,
Daily
and it's like
Bugle, yeah.
it's like super cool. Like, you
Yeah.
know, they're really running with it.
Yeah. Did you know? Fun nostalgic fact for you. They used to do during Toby's Spider-Man run. They used to actually sell Daily Bugle replicas.
Oh.
Yeah, and they're the same ones that are shown in the movie.
Oh.
So I actually have a couple of those in my collection.
Nice.
And it was funny because it was one of those things that they put in plastic bags and sold them at KB toy stores or Toys R Us, whatever at the time.
Rip.
Nobody wanted them. So they're always on sale for like $4 or $5. And so every time I saw one, I would grab it, especially if I didn't have it yet. So somewhere in my collection, I have all these like movie accurate Daily Bugles. And then they released one for the Insomniac game, which is like Raft, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And so they released those at San Diego Comic Con in 2018, I believe, when the game came out. So I got a couple of those. And then now we have this new one for No Way Home. And I was like, yeah. But then poor Andrew didn't have one. But what's really cool about, back to the whole activation thing, I think it was for which movie? Homecoming. I think it was for Homecoming. They had a sick little thing at New York Comic Con.
Okay.
Where if you waited in line for X amount of minutes or hours, I don't know, I think I waited an hour maybe, you got to do this scenario. And I have it way back on my Instagram where it's Peter's room, but it's flipped upside down and you record and you come in like you're wall crawling.
Oh my God.
So they flip the video like you're on the ceiling.
Oh, nice.
And so I have one of those and they just have like the coolest things. So this Liberty Mutual like stand is something you kind of expected them to do already, but they just never did it.
Do you follow
now.
the Daily Bugle on TikTok?
No, because I can't be bothered with even the slightest thing.
I mean, it's
somebody
far
told
away
me
from
something.
the movie. They don't.
But I heard what Flash looks like now, and I was like, I would have liked to have been surprised by his look in this movie.
I don't even think if I saw that.
Yeah.
I don't remember. There was just one between it was just it's not a spoiler or anything.
Yeah.
It was just between Betty and Ned.
Betty's the funniest person.
It was just like
She's
the
so
most
funny.
awkwardest interaction.
Oh, really?
It was so funny.
After I see the movie, I'm going to go through that entire account and just watch them all because Angry Rice, who plays Betty, it was funny because this, kind of as a segue, and we'll probably talk about this in our Spider-Gwen episode, but when she was first cast as a mystery role for this new trilogy. Me and the Spider-Gwen crew were like, dude, is she Gwen? Is she Gwen? Because in a previous movie that she did, she had the Spider-Verse, Into the Spider-Verse look. She had a shaved head. She had short hair. She was kind of moody. And we were like, she's perfect.
Yeah.
And then they're like, she's Betty Brant. We're like, what?
Like, damn it.
And she looked like Gwen. She had like a headband and everything.
yeah.
And I was like, why are they doing these homages but not the actual character?
Yeah.
But anyway, she's so funny in the trilogy, and so
great.
I'm stoked to see
No.
the TikTok stuff. I can't do it right now. I'm so scared that even if I look at the comments that somebody's saying something,
Sure, 100%.
it's just
Yeah. I am excited. This movie is going to be an event.
a moment.
A
they
moment,
say.
yeah.
A moment. I just can't wait to see it make like $1 billion in 1 week, if even that.
Dude, it might.
Dude.
I mean, that's a lot.
Right? So crazy.
Yeah.
So I guess now I wanted to talk a little bit about our new year. So I feel like our roster for episode rollouts and character studies is like constantly changing about this time, because they are introducing so many characters at a rapid rate, but we still haven't gone back and covered some of our oldies. So I know in the last episode you mentioned you'd like to cover Doctor Strange, which is like pretty on point because of Spider-Man coming out and he's so prominent. And then it's also the in-betweener before Multiverse of Madness. Yeah. So for sure happening. But I don't know, how do you feel? Like who do you feel like we might cover in the first quarter of our first official like full year? Because for the newcomers, we just started recording in April.
April, yes.
Yeah, so we haven't done a full year, but this 2022 we're gonna have a full roster.
I know.
But I have listed a couple that come to mind, which I think are like dead ringers for we're absolutely doing them in this time frame. Mm-hmm. But Gwen has to happen at some point.
Yeah.
Just when,
agreed.
Especially, and okay, now we can segue to that actually, especially with the drop of the Into the Spider-Verse 2.
Across the Spider-Verse, yeah.
Yes. Trailer,
100%.
which I 100% didn't expect. I was like, what? All I know is
I don't think anyone did.
I put my phone down for like the day, and then I came back, and my texts were obliterated. It was like, did you see? It's trailer. Oh my God, the trailer looks so good. And I was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, it's my daughter. My daughter.
It's true.
My Gwenny. So definitely Gwen. But how did you feel about that trailer drop?
I thought it looked sick.
So good,
I think it's pretty unanimous between everybody across the board that everyone loved Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, absolutely.
So
fight me. Best Spider-Man movie there is.
That's
period.
That's pretty. I wouldn't argue that.
Yeah.
I'd be like, that was a pretty freaking badass movie.
Yeah, and we've said it a few times. Like, it's just so difficult to introduce even more than 3 characters that are main characters in a film, and they did it, animated or not. They did what Gwen, Miles,
Peter B,
Tig, Penny, Spider-Ham, and
Noir,
and Noir. So 6 right up off the bat, and then you have Miguel and
anime one.
Octavius and all of them.
A lot. And it made sense.
And it made perfect sense. And it wasn't 2.5 hours long. I think it was maybe an hour and 54 or something.
It was like 2 hours.
Yeah,
almost 2 hours. Yeah. But still told Miles' story.
Incredibly. Yeah, it didn't detract from him at all.
Yeah.
And so I think, I obviously can't say what I know about the film already, but I feel like they're really going to hone in on Gwen this time. They're really going to go Earth 65 style, which is my ballpark completely. And then, of course, we're going to have Miguel O'Hara, who is Spider-Man 2099, voiced by our own Moon Knight, Oscar. Yeah, so he's double dipping, much like Haley is, because Haley is actually she's also Gwen. Yeah, so she's Kate Bishop and Gwen. I know. See, there's more reason to love her. So it's going to be very interesting, and some snap commentary was like, oh, 2099 is so beefy in the trailer. And I was like, yeah, it's because they got Chris Anka on storyboards, who is the artist that did my Star-Lord cover. But yeah, I don't know. Beyond Gwen's scope, and even then, I don't really know what the story is going to be. So that's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, super excited for that.
Yeah, and it's part 1 of 2.
Because they can.
And I believe that the second one is supposed to be like a Infinity War Endgame situation where it's going to come out almost
a year later.
Yeah, almost immediately, quote unquote.
It's gotta be epic then.
Oh, it's gonna be so good. Yeah, and I think they're gonna do some time jumping. And dare we say, does it have to do with the multiverse stuff? I don't know.
We'll see.
It's changing everything. But yeah, so back to our 2022. Gwen is a no-brainer.
There's a lot, man.
Of course, Kate Bishop.
Yeah,
so Kate's probably going to be one of the first ones.
Yelena.
Finally, Hulk.
Yeah, we got to do him.
And or Thor, so we can have our...
Yeah, we got to go back to some
Sensational
OGs.
Six. Yeah, we got to get some of the old folks through. And of course, at the end of January, if not first thing February, our friend Morbius.
That's right.
Yeah. We will have Morbius coming in the new year. Hopefully with some surprises. I don't know. We'll see.
Hopefully. Man.
So we'll see. That's going to be fun. I have a listener comment. Speaking of the Arachnid. Lots of spider in this episode.
Woo!
So Arachnid asked, after the game... Oh, so we're talking about the Guardians of the Galaxy here.
Okay.
After the game and the Star-Lord episode, I'd love to get more information on Adam Warlock. But I'm also worried about getting too much ahead of his debut in Volume 3 because I don't want to be spoiled on too much. P.S. I actually own this issue, but I haven't taken it out of the bag. And he shared a picture of Warlock and the Infinity Watch #1, which came out in 1991.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I mean, Adam Warlock is another one, another possibility as well.
Yeah, 100%.
Because when does Guardians... but Guardians doesn't drop until 23.
Yeah.
So that's a while.
We have time.
Yeah.
I mean, we could if we wanted to.
We could get ahead.
But we don't really have much kind of like...
MCU-wise.
MCU-wise,
We have game and comic, but yeah, so it'll probably...
I learned about Warlock more, or in the game a lot.
Yeah.
Because of the game.
His alliteration. It's definitely like...
This guy's like a walking thesaurus.
What does Drax say in the movie? He's like, I'm not a... Wait, what did it? Do not call me that.
Do not call me a thesaurus.
Yeah. He was so offended.
It's a joke. It's supposed to go over your head. Nothing goes over my head. My reflexes are too fast. I will simply catch it.
I love how Dave, like, the words he emphasizes, the words he chooses, like, I don't know if that's Gunn, I don't know if that's Dave, but, like, the way he says, I would catch it. Like, the way he just, like, the word is so, his delivery.
Peter Quill.
Jeff has been Draxing all day.
So,
Peter Quill.
Yes.
So good. God.
But yeah, I just learned about Goldie, in
Goldilocks.
in the game, and then
yeah.
obviously he got teased in Volume 2.
I'll call him Adam.
And then we just have, we just see
both of which are quite different, FYI.
The game,
at least their origins.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I would assume so.
Yeah.
And so,
but a cocoon is very present.
Yeah,
across the board.
And then then we have Will Poulter, who got confirmed, and he's been on a couple talk show appearances.
Has he said anything?
He legally can't.
Oh, that's right. You told me.
He legally can't.
He's like, I legally cannot talk about this.
I mean, the most we've seen is that, his fan art, he dyed his hair kind of like a dirty, ashy blonde. Ooh. He's kind of beefed up a little bit for the role. He was already beefy, too.
He's probably cut.
Yeah. So he beefed up a little bit.
Wow.
So how he will be perceived in the movie, we have yet to see. Like, is it a Drax situation where he's all just freaking metallic gold covered, shirtless?
Well, very much like the Sovereign themselves, The Sovereign are like, That's one of those things where it's just like, wow, like how do they even do that kind of makeup? But I'm sure there's a lot of post-production involved. But
Yeah.
even just pictures of those folks, they're looking incredible.
Is he gonna get a cape? How is his suit gonna look?
Yeah.
Like, we don't know how he's gonna
Right.
look when he emerges from from the cocoon.
Could you imagine if they did an homage to Cap
Oh god.
and he comes out with like those beefy pancakes
That'd be hilarious.
emerging
man.
from the cocoon? Oh my God. It's
So
gonna be
I am
insane.
excited just because
Yeah.
see, now that I know a little bit more about Warlock and like kind of like I can kind of gauge like how strong he really
He's
is.
omnipotent.
So
Yeah.
gonna be cool to see that
Yeah.
in movie form,
Such a wise character.
because also we don't know we have no idea what the stories could potentially be.
Yeah.
In Volume 3. All
yeah.
we know is he's in there and Gamora, 2014 Gamora's on the loose somewhere. That's it.
And we've not seen her anywhere. But of course, to be prefaced with
And then James Gunn also confirmed
Dex
that
was
like
special.
there was that first day of production photo.
Yeah.
There was this act. I don't know the name. I don't want to butcher it either. It was like an African American actor. I think.
oh, he pulled him from Suicide Squad, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pulled him from Suicide Squad, and
Yeah.
I think someone asked on Twitter like, "Oh, like who's
he playing?
XYZ playing?"
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh, he's playing a very special role." And everyone was like, "Huh?
Yeah.
Who could he be playing?"
Yeah, he
especially if you're there on first day of production. If
Exactly.
you're there on first day of
Yeah.
production, that most likely means you're going to be there hopefully for a good amount of like days.
And I feel like he's pulling a lot of the friends that he's made on Suicide Squad over to Guardians too, because I believe the girl who plays Ratcatcher 2, I think she's in it too. Daniela, yeah.
Oh, that's right.
She's
Yeah,
gorgeous.
she is.
I love her.
She is in it.
She is,
Yeah,
and I think
yeah.
it might be a small role because she looked like she was suiting up to be a bot or something.
Yeah.
But I love that. Like, I'm here for that. I'm here for all this crossover.
Keep your cards close. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. So I wanted to show you, like usually we do this whole trading card reading when we're doing character studies, but I'm going through this process, which is basically a seasonal process. I go through all the stuff in my collection and I try to Marie Kondo myself and I try to pull out what doesn't spark joy anymore, but what could spark joy for somebody else, right? So it's essentially, for Toys for Tots or eBay.
Yeah.
And so I always forget the intense amount of cool stuff I have.
Yeah.
Like really cool, like very unique stuff that aren't just pops or anything. But I wanted to show you some of this stuff because we're chit-chatting about a few things on this episode. So one of the first things is these really cool, so I think this was during the first Avengers movie. So I want to say 2012.
Yeah, okay.
Tony Stark, quote unquote, had representatives on the Comic-Con floor.
Okay.
They were dressed in suits.
Okay.
They had clipboards. They were like, "Hi, would you like to learn more about Stark Industries?" And each one of these people
These guys, man.
had individual business cards.
Oh my gosh.
And they're actually, I didn't realize this till much later, but they even have different names on the cards. So there were three or four people on the floor, 2 girls and 2 guys. And they all had individual cards. And I never checked it to see if any of the information worked, but I'm pretty sure in true Marvel form they did. Because when they did Jessica Jones, when they had Nelson and Murdoch, you could call the number that was on the Jessica Jones stuff. And there was a voicemail. And she was like, "Hey, this is Jessica Jones. I'm not here right now. Leave a message after the beep."
Oh my gosh.
And so I'm positive that there was something going on with these cards and with this StarkIndustriesNow.com/employment. So you could probably sign up for Stark Industries and all that stuff. So I love this stuff. So I found these. I only got 2 of the 3 or 4. There was... which one's cooler?
They're all cool.
They're all cool. Okay. And then, of course, like at different shows and different things, they used to be so unique about their experiences, speaking of pop-ups and installations and such. But so I went to, SDCC again. They had, when they were launching the Marvel Heroes game, you could get your name. And I was recruited by Spider-Man.
Of course.
But without a hyphen, so that really offended me. And then, of course, I have a shield. I'm a shield agent, so there's a shield agent card. Avengers Station. So this is something that they now have a residency in Las Vegas. But this used to be...
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't realize that till I just went the other weekend. And I was like, oh. And so if you want to go for like your next trip, I mean, we should go do that. Because they've updated it with the new face stuff.
I see it on the strip. And I'm like, what is that?
When I went... Because I went when it was touring. So I went when it was in San Diego with a friend. And it wasn't updated yet. Now it's got the Ant-Man stuff. It's got all the newer Avengers in it. So that's pretty cool. I went to the Avengers Academy launch party. And so they gave me one there.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm Gwennon, apparently. I'm a student at Avengers Academy. I think this one's... I'm going to save the coolest one for last. So this I got from the Avengers... this is like the VIP thing from Avengers Station. So basically, it's a thing.
Yeah.
And then I am a certified SHIELD agent.
That emblem. Holy crap.
Isn't that cool?
Whoa. Dude, this is legit.
And I wonder if the one in Vegas, you can do that too. Right? Isn't that cool? And it's like got weight to it.
Oh my God, yeah.
You want to be a SHIELD agent, Jeff?
That'd be a horrible one.
And then, of course, because we're talking so much about Spidey again, this one I got during, I don't know, it's 2014 or something. I am in Oscorp Industries.
Oof. Dangerous.
Yeah, right? I was like,
oh my God.
Isn't that cool? So they used to have the booth where you just walked up, they took your picture, and then they popped out the card.
Jesus.
And I was like, man, and I miss this kind of stuff. Like, this is...
That's super cool.
Yeah, great.
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
So that's my show and tell for this episode.
Hell, that's crazy. Oh my gosh.
You're still wowing over this one, though, right?
that
Shield
Shield ID one and with wallet and everything. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Crazy.
We got to get you one. So, I mean, that's kind of the end of the show, but...
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No.
Is a true mini
wow.
Marvel. But we did receive a listener pop quiz from Instagram user. Jeff is just shaking his head.
You guys really want to just...
Instagram user, Damian Cruz.
God damn it! Damian, man, what the...
And I gotta say, this is a good one. This is one that I probably would have pulled for our eventual Bucky Barnes episode. But...
Bro, this man is not... I'm seeing him on Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going out with him on Thursday.
He knows. Thank you for listening, Damian. So, here we go.
God, he's going to mess me up.
Okay, here he goes. In all caps. Okay, Big G pop quiz. What's the name of Cap's squadron in World War II and its members? Look, I'm gonna be up front.
Whoa!
Exactly. That's a hefty one. But let me preface that. Let me end that with my brother was listening to the show and he loves the pop quizzes as well. But he came against me and he was like, "Why doesn't Geoffrey ask you pop quizzes?" And I was like, I will honestly say there's no way I would even, especially with something like this. Are you kidding me? Like my knowledge of
from the
this
movie,
group,
right? From that from the first Avenger.
But there's a lot of them.
Battalion number. Oh my God.
But can you name at least their name? Do you know their name? Their code name?
Squad name?
Mm-hmm. Oh, Jeff, if you don't know the code name.
Oh my God. Dude.
Oh, bro.
It doesn't jump off this, like, I hate questions because like I would definitely know it, but there's just, I have so much.
Bro.
Obviously, I have so much unnecessary freaking knowledge in my head where it doesn't like, just shoot up.
Did I make a mistake putting you in a Captain America outfit? Oh, you got this. Come on.
Dude.
Think about it. Think about First Avenger. Think about First Avenger. Think about who's in those old wartime photos with him. But their names, I only knew 3 of them off the top of my head.
Oh, wait, are you asking me what are their names or what's the squad name?
He asked both the squad name and its members.
I remember... The one thing I do remember is I remember like him and Bucky having a conversation.
Cool. He named one person. Huh? Bucky is one. Bucky Barnes.
What's the Asian guy's name? Something Mara. Huchi Mara? Oh, God, because there's a Japanese NBA player. His name is Rui Hachimura.
Yeah.
And it's like throwing me off. It's throwing me off, dude. It's throwing me off.
You and Damien are gonna have some words. So good, right? Oh, that's a good one. This is a tough one. This is a genuinely tough one.
It is tough because visually,
Yeah, you see
I see them.
Okay.
But when it comes to like, you know, they'll speak it and it's like, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's sometimes dialogue isn't fully ingrained.
But you know, I will say, even for myself, I'm getting their faces confused because of Wonder Woman. Because they did the
Really?
same damn thing. She had her own.
And that was
group.
Steve, Bucky, Asian guy, black guy.
Come on.
I forget the black guy's name. It sucks. I hate it.
Do you give up?
No.
Do you remember the guy with a mustache?
I know that guy too.
He's a prominent actor.
I know. It's like I know all their faces. If you were to like show me a picture of them and be like, they'll be like, what movie are they? I'll be
Hey,
like,
Odin.
oh, Captain America: First Avenger. They're part of
Odin,
Caps.
do you know?
They're part of the battalion.
Odin says he doesn't know either because it's a long roster of characters.
Battalion number. Oh my god.
But you don't remember their code name. You're going to kick yourself.
I know it sucks,
The last half of this show is just going to be on this question.
dude. I've been doing with these guys pop quizzes, man. Oh, because they're like semi deep cuts.
Yeah.
Just like oh, like were you like
Yeah.
kind of paying attention or were you not?
Yeah.
But no, I'll remember freaking Iron Man's Mark 84, man. Or 85, sorry.
Is Iron Man or Cap your number one?
They've kind of flip-flopped.
I thought so.
Yeah, like it was Iron Man,
Yeah.
and then Civil War came out. And
Yeah.
I was like, oh, Cap.
Cap.
Is like,
Team
more,
Cap
you
all the
know,
way. Yeah.
You know, then he died, then Cap died, or Iron Man died.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, damn.
Yeah, exactly. Odin.
I don't. I give up.
Odin.
Read it off.
You ready? Oh, hello. Hello, Odin. Hello. Okay, here we go. Okay, first and foremost, they were called the Howling Commandos.
Howlin' Commandos.
How did you? I love that you were going for the battalion number. That's great. Because I don't know that off the top of my head at all.
No.
Should I look that up?
Because I was talking.
Yeah.
Because I was the conversation I was talking about. It was when Steve got denied.
Yeah.
Bucky was like, you know, Bucky was gonna get deployed like in like 72 hours
Right.
or whatever, 48 hours, and Steve was like, battalion number da 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 da. And he was like, battalion number da yeah. And he was like
Yeah. Do we have a number? I don't think so. Okay, well, I don't have the battalion number for you. However, the Howling Commandos consist of, then these first three are the ones that I knew. Dum Dum Duggan. Dum Dum Duggan is the guy with the
Doug
mustache.
Dimmadum.
Dum Dum.
107th Division. God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bucky
Okay.
says that quite a bit too. 107, right?
Yeah.
So Dum Dum Duggan, Bucky Barnes,
Obviously,
Jim Morita,
that's the Asian guy.
that's the Japanese
I would
guy,
have never gotten that.
James Montgomery Fallsworth.
I would have.
They all-
Damon, what
they-
kind of deep cuts you be doing, dog?
They
Yo, what?
they call them by their last names. They're all last names.
I-
And their nicknames too. They have nicknames. Gabe Jones, Jacques Denier,
The French,
French guy,
yes.
Happy Sam Sawyer, Pinky Pinkerton, and Junior Juniper. And he's the one that coined Howling Commandos.
Damon, what the fuck?
Damien got you, bro.
Do you know that off the bat?
That's what I'm curious. Like, Damon, did you know?
I'm bringing this up on Thursday.
Yeah.
I'm talking to this guy. What the hell? Ain't no way.
He pulled that
No
one
way.
out. I think I considered it because, Cap was so early in our series.
Yeah.
I was like, I think I considered, like, should I pull a Howling Commandos on him? But I was like, that's a lot. That's a lot. And especially because the roster in the comics, there's also a roster. And it's
Yeah.
very long as well. And so I was like, I don't know, maybe I'll keep that for Bucky if we went there. But Damien did
Damn.
it for me.
Damn.
So there you go.
What a treat.
Damien won. We both lost.
Jesus, man.
Yeah, right? Well, that said, Thanks for listening to the Mini Moville.
Well, Mini Marvel.
Yeah. So should we quickly tell them about what we're planning for our new year?
Sure. Yeah. So we kind of did like discuss this, like, right. We're trying to figure out like what should we do.
Yeah.
You know, to start because like after this episode, our next episode that's supposed to release is literally on New Year's Day.
New Year's Day.
Saturday.
Yeah.
And I was like, and Di and I usually record on the weekends, and the weekends are now like, you know, holidays fall on them.
Yeah,
and we're
December's
like,
tough.
oh my God. Okay.
Yeah.
And I brought up the idea. I was like, okay, well, what if we like, you know, take like a little holiday break and then come back strong, you know, ready for the new year. And then the week after the 1st, which I think would be like the 8th. And so Di had brought the idea of like repurposing something. And then I was just like, wait, why don't we just what if we did like, you know, a kind of like a short compilation of like, you know, all our favorite moments from like each episode, you know,
from 2021.
Yeah. I mean, like we started, this is like our first, not full year, but our first, you know, like, you know, year, you know, starting this off. And we've had some like, you know, some funny moments. You know, we had like from the very first pop quiz and
the
Iron
one
Man.
he nailed.
We got Dai's Uncle Phil.
My Uncle Phil flub. Never forget.
And just like many moments,
stuff.
or even highlighting like really fun, like, you know, character moments, or, you know, like highlighting really fun, you know, character study moments that maybe like that Dai has talked about that's been really interesting, or me reacting to something, or me and Dai just clicking on something.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about like, you know, just kind of like highlighting
some good stuff.
Like the best moments, the funny moments, the, you know.
Year 1, phase 1, as it calls
just
it.
do like a quick, I don't know, 10 to 20 minute supercut.
Just a supercut of Odin and Jarvis.
To kind
And Rocket and Groot.
and then kind of just to kind of hold us over until the new year, and then come like the beginning of January.
Start anew.
We're just gonna like
new gear,
new everything, and just kind of start just rolling through the characters, and then with more Marvel movies coming out, and just comic book movies coming out in general.
Yep.
There's so much to come next year.
Oodles of poodles.
Because this year was super jam packed with MCU content,
and they've spent so much of it catching up.
Yeah.
So things are aligning and things have been rescheduled.
I think now I feel like this Spider-Man movie is going to be like this kind of like peak. But it's only going to get, I mean, it's not, when I say peak, I mean like everything's coming together. Yeah. Everything, all the phase four is starting to come together, and they've only kind of scratched the surface when it comes to these certain characters. Yeah. So we are excited to just witness and see everything that comes out.
True that.
Because every 1-2 months something's happening.
I know.
So can't ask I can't ask for any more for that.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we're excited. New gear, new year, new stuff.
Just everything.
Yeah,
and we're going to keep continuing to do this because we both enjoy this a lot.
Yes, we do.
It's so fun.
It's almost weird to like not record like on an off week. I'm like, oh, I have nothing to do.
Yeah.
I'm not going to see Geoffrey this weekend.
Yeah. I always think, I'm like, wait, so we released? I was like, oh, we got to record this weekend.
Yeah. And I'm sure Rocket and Groot like it too. They get to see Bro every other week. Mm-hmm. But speaking of Groot, how about a We Are Groot salute to our patron top tier, the Arachnid, once again. Claire, Ariel, Robin, Ed, Andrew, Joe, Liz, Laura, Ashley, Melanie, Jenny, and Nats.
Woo!
What a list, I tell ya. Very quickly, we have about 15 first 10 episodes sticker sheets left, give or take. So if you'd like one of those, you got to become a We Are Groot Salute member. Please check out our Patreon. And of course, follow us on social at STRKCNTRST. Be sure to rate, review, subscribe, like, do all the things. Any last words, Odin? He's very quiet.
He's a very quiet. He was a really good boy.
He's a good boy. He's so cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks again, guys. Wow. I mean, I'm still kicking in that this is the last episode of the year.
Yeah.
Thank you for this past year and joining us on this like, you know, this journey that we just started.
Voyage.
We've been doing this since April of 2021, and so we're gonna continue to do it. And just thank you for everyone that's like listened to every episode. Oh man,
Higher,
it's
further,
crazy.
faster, baby.
Crazy. We love you, 3,000 guys.
We love you, 3,000.
Bye.
Bye.
Look out. You'd have to name this dog, you know?
Sure.
Little Caesar.
Dogfather.
Sir Dog of Pizza. Pizza Dog.
When the snow comes to cover the ground.